Hello everyone. As you can see, the Royal Mint has just released its 2024 UK Brilliant Uncirculated Annual Coin Set. So last year was a bit of a glitch where they ended up issuing the commemoratives first, and then the definitives a lot later in the year. Well, they've gone back to routine and they've issued the whole lot in one go. So I'm going to give you a quick run through, just to give you an idea of what's out there now. So you've got, as I say, the usual definitives, the 1p through to the 2, 5, 10, 20, 50 pound and £2 coins. You've got a £5 coin, a couple of commemorative £2 and a couple of commemorative 50p's. Now we don't know. We're not going to know until later in the year if any of these ever become circulated for one reason or another. Sometimes they do with the 50p's, other times they don't. The £5 coin probably will at some stage, as will one or both of the £2 coins. But hey, keep an eye out. So, as always, the lead designer, or the designer I should say, is Martin Jennings. So if we just scroll down through, we can have a quick look at the back of the coins and the obverse at the same time. As you can see, this is the £5 coin. It's obviously Buckingham Palace. There's obviously some reason behind it. Without looking at closer at the inlays, I don't know at the moment. We'll have a closer look at that hopefully in a minute. But as you can see, the difference between this year's coins and last year's, there's no privy mark. So in theory, these could go into circulation, but it's highly unlikely, especially the £5. The £2 coin, you've got 150th anniversary of the birth of Winston Churchill. There's also something written around the edge. It's like the word freedom, but we'll have a closer look at that in a minute under the specs section. Got another one, 200 years of the National Gallery. Again, an inside inscription. We'll have a closer look. This is where the ones that get really interested, that most collectors are really interested in, is the 50p's. So you've got the RNLI, it's 200 years this year now, 2024, of the RNLI. So this looks like a very 3D looking coin. I mean, yeah, okay, they've normally got designs on the back that are raised a little bit or engraved into the metal itself, but these look quite chunky. I'd almost say it's like an old 50p. So we got those. I suspect that might come out on its own at some point during the year. Then you've got the 2024 Paris Olympics and Paralympics. So you've got both types of competitor there, plus the Eiffel Tower in the background. So again, this one might come out as well as a one-off on its own. And then we move into the realms of the definitives. So they've retained the original design that we were given late last summer. So the difference obviously is on the obverse. It's got 2024, not 2023, and there's no privy mark. Apart from that, the back is the same. So if you've seen last year's, you've seen this year's. But that's not a bad thing, because I do like these designs. So you've got on the £2 coin, the 4 flowers of each nation. So you've got your different plants. You've got the king. You've got your 2 bumblebees on the pound with the king, and so on. So you've got your Atlantic salmon, your dodo, capercaillie. You've got the acorns and the oak leaves. You've got the red squirrel and the cute little dormouse. So, as I say, the definitives are staying the same. It's just these extra ones now, the 250p's, one for the Olympics, one for the RNLI, the £2 coins for the National Gallery, and the Winston Churchill one, and the £5 Buckingham Palace. So they'll all come in the usual little bifold, trifold little fold out booklet inside the case it comes in. I've got a few of these now, and they're looking rather impressive on the shelf. I do like them. Let's have a quick look, see if we can go in. Ooh, hello, here we go. So there's the backs, a little bit about the history. Hey, here we go. Buckingham Palace, paying tribute to a regal residence. You've got the marking the birth of Sir Winston Churchill, art for everyone, everywhere, inspiring the nation, so that'd be the Olympics, and 200 years of courage, which is the RNLI. So let's go and have a quick look at the specs, see what the inscriptions are. So Martin Jennings, as expected, obviously the obverse designer for all these coins. The reverse design for the £5 is a chap called Henry Gray. The Winston Churchill was a Natasha Seward, and the side inscription is "Pave the way for peace and freedom." And the National Gallery was Edwina Ellis. And yeah, Latin, I'm not going to try and butcher that. I did a video earlier and I butchered Spanish something rotten, so I'm not even going to try Latin. But there you go. That's what's written on the side of that one for the £2 coin. The RNLI reverse is a name we've seen before, John Bergdahl. And that's a new name for the Team GB in the Paralympics. Charis Sevis or Sevis. And then we move on to the definitives. Again, all Martin Jennings on the obverse, and all accreditation is the Royal Mint for the reverse design. So as usual, gives you all the weights and measures. Always worth keeping an eye on those, just in case they decide to change something without telling us. But the 1p and the 2p, copper plated steel as always. All the rest, nickel plated steel. 20p Cupro nickel, 50p Cupro nickel. So there's no change there in any of the makeups, any of the sizes. It's just the reverse designs for the commemoratives. So hopefully you found that of interest and you might want to go out and treat yourself. So that's me signing off. Thanks a lot, folks. Cheers.